You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Woo! Woo! Shine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazon, aka El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know, man, this Saturday, June 19th, we got one of the phenom in the sport of boxing. Shakur Stevenson going to be performing ESPN. The announcement of the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, y'all already know, is going to be July 24th, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. They're going to be having a press conference, I think, next week. I think on Monday, Tuesday, something like that. That's gonna be interesting, y'all. That's gonna be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Around that same time, it's gonna be having media day for the Tiffany Lopez Cambosos. Y'all already know that's gonna be on Juneteenth. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody. I hope everybody doing good today. Everybody's healthy. The kids is good. Your significant other satisfied. All right, if she ain't satisfied right now, I think you need a time off and do what you gotta do. She gonna be mad at Punch Drunk. What's good? What's good? What's good? E, what's good? What's good? What's good? Everybody smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me put this thing on, man. Let me put this thing on, man. Hold on. Hold on, fellas. Hold on, ladies. Hold on. Yeah. Again, yo, everybody subscribe to PunchDrumBoxing.net, the new website. Everybody subscribe to the website. Also, y'all already know the Spending Soul podcast. I'm going to be starting episode, what is it, like season? I'm like the season 2 of it. I've been a little busy doing the YouTube thing, but we're going to get everything together. You already know I'm only one guy. Man. So yeah, you already know every week there's a good thing. It's a good fight. It's a good event. Phenom in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson, undefeated. 130. Looking for a shot at either Jamon Herring, either Oscar Valdez, and a lot of people saying that he probably got the best skills out of all the young phenoms of the sport of boxing, including the Boots Ennis, the Virgil Ortiz, the T.O., the Haney, the Ryan, the Brandon, the Chris Copeland. They saying that Shakur Stevenson got the goods, got the skill, set better than the others. Enachismo, dímelo, mi hermano. Enachismo, ¿cómo está? Hey, hold on. So yo, shout out also to the Boxing Voice for covering Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, you know what? Like, if y'all been following your boy, I've been saying, damn, Keith, man, if you don't see Keith, it's like, yo, what he's doing, I thought he was basically retired. I thought he was actually basically retired, to be honest. I'm like, damn, where are you? Haven't heard from you. No date, no opponent. But when I saw, he didn't even have to say nothing. There was the Boxing Voice while Nestor Gibbs, shout out to Nestor Gibbs, while he was, interviewing him, when he was working out. I'm like, yo, this guy's in shape. I would have thought that next time I see Keith Thurman, I thought I would have saw the beer belly, something like that, the maternity. Keith Thurman's on maternity leave, he had his princess and stuff like that, and we haven't heard from him, so we're like, yo, what Keith Thurman is doing, But just looking how in shape that he probably look in better shape going into a camp that I've seen in a pretty long time, y'all. Ariel, dímelo. Estamos activo, Harlem in the house, yes, sir. Romeo was good. Shelton Mo was good. My brother Yono, he coming back for a paycheck. Eric, yo, they all coming back for a paycheck. Even Flo Mayweather came back for a paycheck, right? Mr. Sinister was good. Carlo Mendoza, dímelo, mi hermano. Why isn't Crawford trying to get a fight with either Porter or Thurman? We saw Thurman and Porter fight. I want to see what Crawford got against top welterweights. It's true. I do want to see it, but I do want to see rematches as well in the welterweight division. I mean, if we do got a stacked division, That's what they say. The welterweight division is stack, is stack, is stack. You know what? A couple of rematches is good. I mean, was Porter and Thurman close? And I always knew they got that rematch in the back pocket. I always knew that. If Porter would have lost, if Thurman would have lost, they still would have had a good fight. And remember, that fight was free. But the entertainment of that fight was pay-per-view worthy. Right? Let's be honest. Let's be real. There's a lot of pay-per-view out there that we like, yo, Chris Arreola, Andy Ruiz, what? Pay-per-view? And Leo, Javante Tank Davis, pay-per-view. Mario Barrios, Javante Tank Davis, pay-per-view. Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter is pay-per-view worthy. And I'm going to tell you something about Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter. They set the tone. They set the tone for this generation. Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter actually set the tone for this generation. They did. Shout out to all the ballers. You already know all the ballers. Pay-per-view. I mean, not pay-per-view. I said playoffs. Thurman hits hard even with his injuries. Punch cooking 24/7. Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. Everybody subscribe to Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. Santos, Carranza, Frank, what's good? So yeah, man, and a lot of people want to see, and I've been saying it for quite some time. I said Shawn Porter is the guy that actually, Shawn Porter is the guy that humbles the welterweight division. I've been saying it for quite some time. If you would have thought that Errol Spence was the man, right? Or you would have thought that Keith Thurman was the man back then. Shawn Porter was the guy that humbled that division. He was the first one to actually capture a world title. Devin Alexander, the IBF, lost to the Kell Brook. Sly was good. Do you feel like either Thurman or Porter is just holding up the division? Nah, neither of them is holding on the division. You know? I think who holds, they can't be holding the division. I mean, they don't have no responsibility right now. I think the people that's in power of holding the division up is the people that has responsibility, the people that actually has a title. You know, we love Manny Pacquiao, but he was holding the WBA side because, to be honest, there was no excuse for Manny Pacquiao to really be out. There was no legitimate excuse. I know he got responsibility as a senator, but we love Manny Pacquiao, and he's done a lot for the sport of boxing, but that doesn't mean he gets a pass for almost 2 years without not fighting and almost having a title. Thus, the WBA had to do what they had to do and take that title away, but now he's in a big fight with Errol Spence, and now we're like, yo, give the title back. Give it back to Manny Pacquiao. Give that title back. And now we got Ugas. And you know, I wanted to talk about this, and I know, look, I'm gonna keep it real, yo. I don't like the race bait. Sometimes we gotta be subjected to the race bait. Sometimes I have to debunk something, and it has to do with the race, so I had to implement the race. But talking about Ugas, and this just popped up earlier today. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it, but I need to talk about it. But then if I talk about it, then it contradicts the moral why I created this channel. But then I feel like I need to talk about it. But I don't want to talk about it. But I got to. I got to create the awareness. Who cares, Punch? Don't say it. But talking about Ugas right now, if Ugas gets stripped, and I know more people will be happy with Manny Pacquiao getting the WBA, right? I understand more people will be happy that Manny Pacquiao is going to get the WBA. Yo, Tony, what's good? Much respect, Punch Wrong Boxing in the chat room. Smash the like button and show support for the hard work. If you like the content, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you, my brother. J Blues Radio in the building was good. And this is what I'm going to say. Look, yeah. It is better. I think it is a unification bout. And Manny Pacquiao won his belt versus Keith Thurman. Fair and square. Won it the right way. Earned it the right way. Earned it the hard way. And, of course, you want to see Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao. But the WBA made a decision. And once they put you on champion recess, Once they put you on champion recess and you want to come back, you got to face the guy that actually they gave the belt to. Morally, but you already know, morally, it's supposed to be Ugas and Manny Pacquiao. If Manny Pacquiao wants that title back in recess, he will have to face Ugas. But nobody cares, really. Let's be honest. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Ugas. Nobody really. Let's be clear. Let's be real. Let's be real. Now that we got Manny Pacquiao and we got Earl Spence and people saying Manny Pacquiao should get his belt back, nobody really cares about Ugas. Let's be real out here. Let's be real. Good looking at my brother Sly. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Tony. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And this is where I've just been seeing something. I don't want to say it, y'all. I don't, because I don't want to go that route. But it's becoming a pattern that I see in the sport of boxing that's actually kind of cringy. Okay, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to look. It's just something that I see. All right? It's just something that I not feel, but I consistently see is Afro-Latinos in the sport of boxing the guinea pigs. Oh, I don't know. Is Afro-Latinos in boxing the guinea pigs? Because think about it. I know that 90+% of the people won't even care that they'll just strip Ugas. That Manny Pacquiao won't have to face Ugas, even though the rule says that if you are a recess champion, if you was a recess champion, they take the belt away, they give it to a guy like Ugas. When you come back, you will have to face Ugas, but nobody cares, like I just said. But Mr. Vikings, there's rules to it. You just can't come back and here's the title. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through. When you come back as a recess champion, you got to give the guy that got the belt, you got to fight him. You got to fight Ugas. You understand what I'm trying to say? But nobody cares because nobody really likes to see the rule book. But anyway. But Ugas has been politically used. Okay? And hey, it's up to him. He's been politically used in the IBF for Ray Robinson to become the mandatory to Earl Spence. He had to fight 2 eliminators. He had to fight an eliminator and a final eliminator to become an IBF mandatory to Earl Spence years ago. After the Mom Peterson, and yes, Carlos Ocampo just came out of nowhere. Really, he's been in the rankings, but you know that there's people that's mandatory and not really ready for that. But Ugas was the one that fought and fought final eliminator, beat Ray Robinson, and I thought they was going to see Ugas versus Earl Spence. That didn't happen. They moved Ugas out. They moved Ugas to the WBC politically. You know what I'm saying? Let Earl Spence get Carlos Ocampo. Let him get that fight, that easy homecoming fight in Dallas. Nobody really said nothing about it. Nobody really said nothing about it. Rigondeaux used to be pound for pound. He lost one time, moved up 2 weight classes to fight Lomachenko. He lost to Lomachenko, and he's erased from the face of the earth. Chocolatito lost one time. He was pound for pound number 1, 2, and then dropped from the face of the earth on the pound for pound list. But that's not being used as a guinea pig. You got Javier Fortuna, has been mandatory position for quite some time. Devin Haney was a recess champion. And then they actually had a contract with Luke Campbell versus Javier Fortuna for the WBC strap. The pandemic hit. Devin Haney petitioned for his belt back. And Javier Fortuna don't get nothing in return. Javier Fortuna get the right. It's a mandatory. He still can't fight the mandatory. Jason Rosario beat J-Rock, but technically, we know that was J-Rock's homecoming fight. Look at Gamboa Gamboa, the same thing. Y'all was gonna go to Gamboa, slap. Look at Jason Rosario. Did they really want Jason Rosario to actually beat J-Rock? That's the whole coming to Philadelphia for J-Rock. We already know, right? The upset, Jason Rosario beat him. Now, when you have a unified champion, your manager will actually be like, yo, let's work more, because let's keep it real, let's keep it honest. And Jason Rosario's people have, I spoke to Jason Rosario, a person from his camp. He never had a training camp. The first training camp that Jason Rosario ever had, I'm talking about an official training camp when you pay the nutritionist, when you pay the sparring partners, and a real training camp. The real first training camp Jason Rosario ever had was when he was preparing for Mel Charlo. Now, think about it. A promoter and a manager at the age of 25. Really, I mean, I love that Jason Rosario challenged himself. I like the move. But they did the move more for Charlo, or they really was looking out for Jason Rosario. Because really, because sometimes you'd be like, okay, Jason Rosario, is he ready for Jermell Charlo? I mean, let's give him a good camp. Let's give him something. Let's build his name a little bit. No, they went straight to Jermell Charlo. On the pandemic, he lost his title, right? If it was somebody else, I think they would have took it easy on him. They took it easy on him. They sacrificed him. Luis Ortiz had the chance to fight Anthony Joshua. Right? No, they wanted to fight Deontay Wilder. They had the chance to fight Anthony Joshua. I think, what was it, for $5 million? Was it for $5 million? Something like that? I mean, I already fought Deontay Wilder. If I go and look, imagine if Luis Ortiz would have fought Anthony Joshua. He probably would have knocked him out like Andy Ruiz in Madison Square Garden. Maybe. But all I'm saying is, they gave him the rematch with Deontay Wilder, in which a more accomplishable fight would have been with Anthony Joshua. PBC said, nah, let me give, I will give you Andy Ruiz, let Luis Ortiz get Deontay Wilder. They really look at Deontay Wilder, and was they looking out for Luis Ortiz to fight Deontay Wilder and think that he was going to beat Deontay Wilder? What they was looking out for him, but they was just looking out for Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder was looking out for his daughter. Let's be real, that's honorable. Ortiz, manager messed that up. Not Ortiz, just like Fortuna Samson situation with Haney. Yeah. We're going to get on Samson. Go get on Samson. So I'm just saying, even their own promotional company, are they using Afro-Latinos as guinea pigs in the sport of boxing? Look at Gamboa. Who he's fought. Gamboa has fought Javante Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Chris Colbert. You know what they doing with him. They just using his name. You know, that's it. They're not looking out really for Gamboa. They're not even promoting Gamboa. I'm not saying that veterans shouldn't fight the young fighters, of course. All I'm just saying, the way that they move these guys, I don't know. I mean, probably that's just a separate show, in my opinion. Probably that's just a separate show. That's probably a separate show. But let's keep it with the title and the thumbnail, right? Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman, after their fight, they got a standing ovation from the crowd. Free TV, well, Showtime. Everybody was up in the Barclays Center. Everybody was up. Everybody was talking about the fight. 4 million views. 4 million views. It was a great fight, a great war. 10, 12 rounds of non-stop action. These are two fighters in the welterweight division who does not disappoint in terms of action-packed fights. It doesn't matter if Keith Thurman lost to Pacquiao. It was a good fight. Keith Thurman versus Ghost Guerrero. Good fight with a hematoma in his head. Good fight. Keith Thurman versus Daniel Garcia. Good fight for the first, especially for the first half. Shawn Porter, great fight with Earl Spence, split decision. Great fight with Ugas. Great fight with Daniel Garcia. Great fight with David Alexander. Even great fight with Julio Diaz. Great fight with Kell Brook. These two guys, performance-wise, never disappoint. Well, somebody would be like, yo, but what happened with Keith Thurman when he fought Leonard Bundu? See, now that's where the fans actually contradict themselves, because when he was facing Leonard Bundu, what people wanted to see Keith Thurman is, can he go extra rounds? Can he go and how, let's see how he is in 12 round decision. This is what happened with knockout artists, that the fans, the same thing they're doing to Edgar Berlanga. But I want to see how long he could go. I want to see if he can knock out his opponents, what he's made of. I want to see him get. I want to see how he goes 12 rounds, and then when he goes 12 rounds, you'll be like, look at Keith. He won 12 rounds. Look at Edgar Berlanga. He won the whole. He got more rounds in. They always do that to knockout artists. Always do that to knockout artists. It's like you bait them. It's like you set a trap. Fans set a trap to knock out artists. Well, he's knocking everybody out. I want to see what he could do if he puts more rounds in. I want to see what he could do in the 12-round bout. I want to see his stamina. And then when they give you stamina and they beat their opponent on each and every round, boo! Boo! You just wanted a little bit of bragging rights. Just like y'all did with Edgar Berlanga. All y'all want to do is a little bit of bragging rights. This fight actually set the tone for this generation. Yeah, I said it. Shawn Porter versus Keith Thurman actually set the tone for this generation. Because after the Manny Pacquiao fight versus Floyd Mayweather, we was looking for, okay, now what's next? The new generation. Around that time, you got to remember, fellas and ladies, around that time, that's when people were saying that boxing is dying, that boxing was dead. Yeah, you had Tyson Fury to beat Klitschko and things of that nature, but then he left, right? So the heavyweight division was still in a coma. Was still in a coma. Now the new young crowd was coming. You know, Triple G was doing this thing, but a lot of people were like, yo, but Triple G ain't fighting nobody. Canelo Alvarez was also on the rise as well. The Charlos was still on the rise as well, but not really peaking. And it's not really peaking. You have Danny Silva Garcia that actually did. I think he was one of the guys that was, doing his thing in 140 pounds, beating the Amir Khans of the world, beating the Lucas Matthysse. But now it was about the new generation, right? And who is going to be the guys that are going to come out on time? I'm going to tell you like this. You got to remember that this how good that Keith was. Because I know he don't get a bunch of credit anymore. You know what I'm saying? But this how good it Keith was, that after the Manny Pacquiao fight, after the Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight, go back to that fight and listen to the commentary. Listen to Jim. It was a Jim Langley or Roy Jones Jr. Who was the next opponent for Mayweather? Who did they say? Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was on position at the WBA to get a shot at Mayweather. That was the young guy that people was like, yo. Even when Floyd Mayweather fought Andre Berto, people was like, yo, why you ain't fight Keith? That's how good and that's how people felt about Keith Thurman. That if anybody was going to do something for Floyd Mayweather out of the young crew, out of the young generation, was Keith Thurman. People also was talking about Kell Brook. But Keith was very outspoken that he wanted Floyd Mayweather. And probably that's when the hate came. Around that time, there was no Errol Spence and Mayweather. Around that time, there was no Bud Crawford and Mayweather. It was all really out of the young crew was Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman and Floyd. And then when Floyd mentioned Errol Spence, or you want to fight me, fight him. And then that's when everybody be like, who's this guy, Errol Spence? If you wasn't following the amateur, the Olympics, you ain't even know who Errol Spence was. Don't lie to yourself. Because around that time, 2015, Errol Spence was not ranked in the top 15 overall. You knew him as Floyd's sparring partner. That's what you knew him about. So when people be like, yo, but Errol Spence was calling out Keith Thurman for a long time. Nah, that was Floyd calling Keith Thurman to fight Errol Spence for a long time. He set the tone. And that's when that talk started, that Earl Spence. Why you? But Keith, I mean, if you want to fight Floyd, do what Floyd said. And you know what I'm saying? Fight Earl. And then if you want Floyd. But then the same people get mad when they be like, yo, when Teofimo says, yo, but fight somebody else so you can fight me. What do you mean I'm already on top? Exactly. You see how people contradict themselves? I'll catch them. It doesn't matter if it's 5, 4, 3 years. I'm going to catch you on your hypocrisy. But then Shawn Porter, I think when he had the draw with Julio Diaz, I think that's when people were like, But we know something about Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter never disappoint in action pack. Never disappoint. That fight was back and forth. I had it a draw up to the 10th round. Keith Thurman took over the 11th. Keith Thurman won the 10th, won the 11th, and the 12th. It could go either way. Some people thought that Shawn Porter won. Most people thought that Keith Thurman won with the clean shots, visible clean shots. I thought that Keith Thurman won a close fight. I did give it the same scorecard that the judges gave it. 115, 113 was a beautiful scorecard. 115, 113 was a beautiful scorecard. You're right, Punch. Floyd pushed Spence at Keith because he didn't want to fight Keith and he knew Spence hasn't done enough. Exactly. Mateo, you know you're boxing. You're following. Yeah, you're right, Punch. Floyd pushed Spence at Keith because he didn't want to fight Keith and he knew Spence hadn't done enough to fight Mayweather yet. He used Spence to get the fans against Thurman. Facts. Now I'm talking. Thank you, my brother. You see, I love when people know their shit. When people actually follow boxing. Exactamo. Those what you just said is facts. Facts, Mateo. Facts. Nobody was following Earl Spence around that time. So, of course, Keith Thurman was calling everybody out. And then Floyd Mayweather fans are going to get mad at him. Remember, Floyd, he was just not calling out Floyd Mayweather. He was calling out Kell Brook as well. Who else he called out? Remember, this is what I'm saying. This dude was... Remember what Oscar De La Hoya said? That Keith Thurman will beat Triple G? That's how hype people felt about Keith and Tom Thurman. There was even people talking about that Keith maybe could fight Canelo Alvarez. Because remember, they was dealing with Golden Boy Promotion as well. As soon as Keith went the distance with Leonard Bundu, oh my God, he's not dangerous anymore. Because he won 12 rounds. Again, it happens to all the power punches, right? But Shawn Porter versus Keith Thurman set the tone of this generation. They the one that had a this is when you saw this was a fight that once you was watching a fight, you like, I don't give a damn who wins. Wow. He had this contemporaries up, standing ovation, had every single body in the Barclays Center up with a standing ovation. You could see Mikey, you could see Earl Spence, you could see every single person in that stadium was up in applause. That was a pay-per-view worthy fight. And it wasn't even pay-per-view. I think that Shawn Porter versus Keith Thurman is the most interesting fight. Not interesting because we already saw it, but the most probably exciting fight, non-title fight, that they could make in 2021. And I actually think that they actually need each other right now. Because Bud Crawford and Top Rank, they don't want a part of Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman have sent two proposals to top rank. And no, it was not the $10 million. Keith with Tom Thurman already alluded to that. It wasn't $10 million. I don't know who reported that. Maybe some source under her bridge. But Keith Thurman never sent a $10 million proposal to top rank. And I've been saying this since day one. He did not send no $10 million proposal to top rank. But if he did, how much he made with Manny Pacquiao? 8 to 10 mil? Of course, if you're going to negotiate with somebody, you know your value. You're going, even if it was 10 mil, it wasn't 10 mil, but even if Keith on Tom Thurman said, you know what, this is my proposal. Why people was mad at the 10 mil? If I made this money and I'm going to go walk in and I'm going to walk into the office and be like, well, I'm going to start at 5 million when I already made almost $10 million. That's not a smart business, man. That's not a smart business, man. And for the haters out there, this is why Keith and Tom Thurman is that dude. You know why? Because he never disappointed any network. Keith and Tom Thurman, he don't even say nothing when he's not fighting. He's nowhere to be found. He's probably in some other countries with his girl, his wife. His social media, he don't go to social media, but when Keith and Tom Thurman speaks, everybody in boxing listens. When Keith and Tom Thurman fight, everybody looking on. See, Keith and Tom Thurman is not your social media guy. But when in terms of boxing, his views are more than anybody. Let's not forget that Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez cracked at 4.2 million. Before that, the most viewed boxing event was Keith Thurman versus Josecito Lopez. Almost cracked at 3 million. 3 million views. A fight that barely was promoted. Keith Thurman versus Josecito Lopez before the Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez was the most viewed boxing event. That means he had never disappointed Fox. He had never disappointed ESPN. He never disappointed NBC. He never disappointed Showtime. When Keith and Tom Thurman fights, everyone is happy. The fans are happy, and the networks are happy, and the investors are happy, and the sponsors are happy. And a Shawn Porter versus Keith and Tom Thurman, all you see is excitement and action pack. You know what you're going to get from Shawn Porter. You know what you're going to get from Keith. For damn sure, you know what you're going to get from Shawn Porter. You know for a fact you are going to get something exciting for Shawn Porter. You know for a fact that it's almost, I'm going to give you like this. Shawn Porter, to me, is like the Russell Westbrook of boxing. He might lose, but you know he never cheats the fans. His approach never cheats the fans. His will, his grit, his heart never cheats the fans. Round after round, he is putting 100%. This is why Shawn Porter, even when he loses, people are having a standing ovation on Shawn Porter's performances. Even when he loses. Probably his loss to Keith and Tom Thurman and his loss to Errol Spence gave him more fans than any wins of his career. You feel me? Shawn Porter's losing efforts gave him more fans than any wins of his career. Because you know why? Because even if a guy give you triple-double, he's grabbing rebounds, he's scoring, you see that he's going 100 miles per hour. He's trying to do everything. Even when he loses and wins, we know that Russell Westbrook never cheats us. We know Shawn Porter never cheats the fans. Never. Never. Shawn Porter is a fan freak. Shawn Porter is tough. I don't think Porter is boring. His style makes exciting. Yes. And even though I'm the only time I was actually like upset with Shawn Porter, not upset like really with Shawn Porter, but I think he could have made his fight cleaner and better, was against Andre Berto. I feel like, oh man, this fight looking ugly. I don't like it, man. You could actually fight this fight easier, Shawn. That's too many headbutts and stuff like that. He had to even wear a headband. It was not a pretty fight. I really didn't like that type of fight. But I gotta understand, you understand that Shawn Porter's gonna go all out, bro. He's gonna go all out. He gonna make you feel that you was in a fight. But then you know what? Even in his last fight versus Formella, what he showed y'all. Great boxing, great footwork, great jab, great angle, great pivots, everything in the book. I said, damn, Shawn Porter got way better. Or maybe he just shown something that I never thought that he really, really, really had. He showed poised. He picked his position, because sometimes Shawn Porter do so good, but sometimes he does smother his own work. That last fight he had, clean. I say, yo, if he fights, like, if he puts it all together, they don't want to give no. Put it this way, maybe we're never gonna see a rematch. Shawn Porter had one rematch, right? Julio Diaz. But do you think that Errol Spence really wanted to give him a rematch after that car accident? He'll make him feel like he was in a car accident again. He'll make him feel, yo. Do you really, when you get in the ring with Shawn Porter, it's like, yo, this shit's gonna take a lot of years of my life. Shawn Porter's that guy you be like, yo, this guy's gonna take a lot of years of my life. Porter can't beat the top 47, but I'm gonna tell you like this, he might not beat them when it comes to W's and L's. But Porter's the type of fighter that make you think twice in doing this. Porter's the type of fighter that makes you think twice of, oh, shit, man. Man, I gotta fight this. I gotta go to training camp for this motherfucker right here. Trust me, Errol Spence will fight a Danny Swift Garcia. Even Errol Spence will fight Keith Thurman, then fight Shawn Porter again. See, because it's not everything. Everything is not about winning and losing, ladies and gentlemen. It's how you win and how you lose. A lot of people's contradicting themselves when it comes to the welterweight division. If this is a stacked division, I've been saying it for quite some time. If this is a stacked division, so let's act like it's a stacked division. A lot of people act like we saw Durang versus Sugar Ray Leonard one time. All these people had rematches. All these people duked it out. The reason why a lot of people don't respect these people at the highest level is because you're looking at Porter and Spence, but not looking at everything else what happened. These guys ain't fighting each other. These guys been fighting each other. You just ain't looking. You just not appreciating nothing. These guys been fighting. Yo, Felix, why did you assist in that? And why you did he scam people online to buy a salvage title truck? Yeah, my haters love me. But Boots is with the top. Boots is the man. Danny versus Porter. Nice fight. Spence won't rematch Porter again. I don't think so. Neither will Thurman, but supposedly beat him. Maybe not. Maybe not. A Boots Edison and a Porter fight will be good. A Thurman Boots, a Thurman Virgil, a Virgil Boots, Ugas. And there's people also out there that felt that Ugas beat Porter. And God bless my brother Antoine Russell versus Taylor. I got Taylor right now. I do want to see Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis again though. I do want to see that fight. I do want to see that fight. And I understand with the Keith Thurman, I understand his inactivity got a lot of people fickle. But for people to get mad at him because he didn't face Earl, he's been calling out, Spence been calling out Thurman, I don't like him, da 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 da. Come on, man. Sometimes we got to be fans. We got to be genuine, man. It's unfortunate these guys get injured. It's unfortunate. Now, there's other people that get injured. Then I know why he gets questioned, because we see Danny Dubois, he had a broken orbital bone, emergency surgery, and he's back. He's back in the ring. We have Deontay Wilder that went through everything he went, even having a dent, and he's going to get back into the ring with Tyson Fury. And we see Keith Thurman, who only had a hand surgery, and the last time he fought was July 20th, 2019, and we're like, yo, what the hell is Keith Thurman? And then before his last interview, they asked him, you know, when you're going to be back in the ring? He said he got no date, but also he said that I've been good for a whole year, and I've been waiting on a date. So I'm like, damn, now I'm putting, what PBC is doing, what Uncle Al was doing. And put it this way, since we heard what Floyd Mayweather said, and Floyd Mayweather said that he is PBC. Remember when Floyd Mayweather said that? He said, remember when Floyd Mayweather said he is PBC? He is PBC. And Floyd Mayweather in his press conference, in his post-fight conference said, post-exhibition conference said that kids don't eat legacy. If Floyd Mayweather set the tone in PBC, then does everybody in PBC think alike? Does Keith Thurman probably just doing it for the purse and forgot about the legacy and forgot about maybe this is why he ain't hungry no more? Because you remember Keith Thurman came hungry. I want everybody. I want the world of boxing. You felt Keith when he was talking. But you also felt Keith when he wasn't talking. And you'd be like, whoa, this is not Keith. Even I am a fan of Keith. And everybody know that. And I say I'm a fan of Keith because when I started to lose the love for boxing, I started just watching amateurs. I said, man, forget about these professional, man, for real, man. Let me just watch amateurs. And like I said a lot of times, my favorite class was that 07 class with Demetrius Andre, Charles Hatley, Keith Thurman, the Charlos brothers, Bud Crawford, Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, Daniel Jacobs, Deontay Wilder, Alexander Usyk. All that was my favorite class. So when they became professionals, yeah, that's why you could tell Gary Russell Jr., that's why you could tell who's my favorite fighters. And Keith Thurman and Boo Andre was the leader of that, right? Of that class, really, the Olympian. And Keith Thurman was was knocking everybody, breaking ribs and stuff like that in the amateurs. And Shawn Porter was like the Mike Tyson in the amateurs. You know? I didn't even think that Bud Crawford was going to be as good as he is right now. Anybody that I said this once before, if you was following the amateurs around that time, you wouldn't think that Bud Crawford would be the man he is now. I'm talking about when people consider him the number 1, number 2 pound for pound in all those in the world. When you was following in the amateurs, I didn't think he was going to reach that type of level. We know that he was good, but he grew substantially. But then, as a fan, when he had the elbow surgery and he was on Showtime and the Erickson Lubin fight with Charlo, and then they were sitting in the same you know what I'm saying, they was having that interview, that pre-fight interview, whatever, with Earl Spence and Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman just with a smile and had no enthusiasm, he had no passion. He said, I'm not as hungry as Earl Spence. I said, what? You gonna say that in front of him? The guy that's actually been calling you out? The guy that the world is saying that you're scared of? You gonna say it to him in front of his face? And that's when I said, yo, I think I did. That's one of my first videos I ever did. And I said, where is Keith Thurman? I put him in a milk carton. This is not Keith. Please bring back Keith from wherever he was at. In Nepal, they kidnapped Keith in Nepal. Can you bring that man right back? Please. Let's look out for the guy. Yo, when I saw that Keith, I said, this ain't Keith. This is not him. But then it became the same thing that, you know, when he was around Earl Spence, he was like jolly. I'm like, why are you acting like that? And let's not act like Earl Spence also wasn't acting a little jolly too. Because he talked a lot of shit to Keith Thurman. When he was around Keith Thurman, he'd be jolly as well. But the thing is, people so used to Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? Energy and temperament. See, when Spence is quiet, humble, so he was like, hey, yeah, what's up? He's cordial and stuff like that. But Keith, when Earl Spence was around, this is for the eyes to see. Even I used to debate this, and people be like, yo, you see how Keith, no lie. I was like, yo, back then, people was debating, be like, yo, you see how Keith was acting around Earl Spence? And I'm like, he wasn't acting like that. And then after the debate, I'm like, shit, he was. I'm like, yo, Keith, why you embarrassing me like that, man? To be honest, I ain't like that. That's something that, you know, the energy did change. It's not lying. We're not lying. Hey, yo, and Keith, if you listening, you could go check. You could go check all those times you was around Earl Spence. You was jolly, bro. You was. And your fans was like, yo, we out here debating for you. And then when you see the motherfucker, you want some nice shit? Where's that passion? Where's this? Hold on. Where's this?
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son. Okay.
That Keith was a savage right there. That Keith Thurman, I don't bet against nobody. That Keith Thurman right there beats everybody in the welterweight division. That Keith, I'm talking about this Keith Thurman right here. This Eye of the Tiger Keith one time.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son. Okay.
That Keith Thurman don't lose to nobody. That Keith Thurman, I don't care. I go for the bat for that Keith Thurman. That Thurman right there, don't lose. He don't lose. Not to me. What y'all feel? What y'all think? Am I wrong? When this Keith Thurman was...
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son. Okay.
Damn, I missed that. I missed that Keith, man. That Keith Thurman don't lose. That Keith Thurman don't lose to nobody. He shouted some more, said that's long gone. No, come back, Keith. Come back one time. He said that was against Malinaji, though. Nah, but remember, that was the same. That was his energy all around. That was his energy when he was talking about Khan. That was his energy talking about Floyd. That was his energy talking about everybody, Collazo, everybody. That was his energy. That was Keith Thurman's energy. That energy right there, he gained fans for that with that energy. And if he lost any type of fans, it was because that energy is no more. So people really didn't identify with the Keith. Keith. And then after the Manny Pacquiao fight, he did the PBC podcast and he said this. He said, I couldn't find my killer instinct. I said, that's it. He's not here no more. One foot out the door, Pancho's payback. Pancho. I got you, my brother. Good looking out for the contribution, my brother Pancho. Sing a tune for 1 foot out the door.
Anyway, Dennis told me, Dennis let us know. Said it never means me. When a man, when a man, when a man. Screaming right out loud. Gonna start a show, man. Running out of feet.
Oh, good looking out, 1 foot out the door. Yo. When he said that in the PBC podcast, after the Manny Pacquiao fight, and he said that he couldn't find the killer instinct. I say you couldn't find the killer instinct in the biggest fight of your career, in the biggest fight, your first pay-per-view event. You couldn't find the killer instinct versus Manny Pacquiao. You ain't never gonna find the killer instinct, and that's when I said, Keith Thurman, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday, and out there will be the memory, be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to this Keith Thurman.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
I said, damn. If you couldn't find the killer instinct, look, there's one thing about fighters that I understand. Once you lose that killer instinct, you know when they say that the power the speed leaves and the only thing that sticks by you is the power. Once you don't have the killer instinct to fight and perform your biggest fight, the whole world is looking, and you did not have a killer instinct, I don't know where you're ever gonna get it back. Man. What up, Ozzy? What's good? HLD in the building. What's good? Keith gave me my soul back, Thurman. I mean, that's not fair either, man. Respect to the wifey, man. That's not fair either, man. Maybe it's not the wife. It's not that. I think that maybe maybe Keith at that time, and this is just us just talking, because that's not fair, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't even like say that your wife messed up. It's not even fair for her, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's not fair for her. That's not fair to her. You know what I'm saying? She has no control over that. She has really no control, really, how he fell in love or whatever like that. What I'm saying is, maybe boxing was everything, and then when he found a new love, then he just wanted a new love. He just was into that love. Maybe. There's fighters that, you know when fighters retire also, it's not that they don't want to fight. It's not that they can't fight. It's not that they can't fight. Look at this. Look at this dummy. It's not that they can't fight. It's that they don't want to go to training camp no more. They all could fight, but do they want to keep doing 10 to 8 weeks training camp? Do they want to keep doing that? Keith having a daughter will make him more soft. I don't know. Maybe it'll make him strong. You know what I'm saying? Damn, don't blame it on the family, man. Don't blame it on the wife and the kids now. Why would we want to do that? That's not fair. Now let me ask you a question. When you have kids, do that make you work harder, or does that make you slack off? You see? Come on, let's be real. When you got kids, you got responsibility. That makes you work harder. That makes you go get that money. When you alone, you become more reckless. You're reckless. You take chances and stuff like that. But when you got a family, because me, if I was a fighter, I think my kids they will give me all the you know what I'm saying, the motivation, because I don't want nobody to I don't want my kids to see another man whoop my ass. Now for sure I don't want to do to whip my ass. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm gonna have a fight and my son is looking on. Shit, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna be like I'm not gonna let nobody. Yo, I'm that right there is all the motivation I need. I ain't gonna let this motherfucker embarrass me in front of my son, and then I ain't gonna be superhero dad. I ain't gonna be superhero dad no more to him. He gonna be like, Dad, somebody whoop your ass, man. Cause you gotta think about it. Your kids see you like superhero. So I understand when fighters, you know what I'm saying, like they get the press and their fight and their family and their kids is watching the fight, right? And all your kids like da, and then you get your ass whooped. And be like, Daddy, and then they look at that guy as the yeah, Dad, I'ma get this man to whoop your ass. I'ma get Manny Pacquiao. Or let's say you got, or I'm gonna tell you some fury when you get mad, right? Or I'm gonna tell Papi, you know, let's say mi Berchet. Papi, voy a buscar Asquebades que te dé a ti. No me des pela. Yo le voy a decir Asquebades que te dé a ti. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk in the building. Everybody subscribe to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. 43-day live stream is over, and I'm around supporting my peoples. What up, man? I'm doing good, man. Doing great, man. Hope you're doing good as well. Hollow Jump. Tony, what's good? So, yeah, the young Keyshawn Davis yesterday said himself, there's more to life than boxing. He's not wanted to be defined by what he does for a living. I understand that. And I can't wrap my mind on how a boxer should feel. But I think this is a sport that I feel like you gotta be all in. You gotta, I don't know, man. I just don't, you know, when it's almost like in life, when you have a plan B or plan C, and you know you got your plan B and plan C, you probably not gonna give your plan A 100 of yourself. You feel me? Because you got plan B to fall back on. You got plan C to fall back on. I think when it comes to boxing, you got to go all in, because this is a dangerous sport. You could die in the ring. You got to go all in. You got to think there is nothing. It's either me or him. I can't come out this ring or lose. I can't come out this ring like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know how a fighter should feel, may feel. Everybody is different. I'm not going to blame, people shouldn't blame it on the wifey or blame it on his child, because for other guys, their children, it's all they need. It's all the motivation they need. So I don't think because he had a child, now he's like, oh, he's going to slack off. Nah, man, that's when you're motivated. And I thought that's it. It was done. I thought Keith was done. He didn't say nothing. That's it. He's out of it. No date, no opponent. He ain't doing no interviews. But when I saw the interview that he had with the boxing voice, you could see his body. You could see by his body that he'd been working out. As a matter of fact, he looks better going to a training camp that I've seen in a long time. If he's prepared to go to training camp, he is within weight right now. You could tell. So I'm like, okay, this guy been working. Now is what is Al doing? Because these guys are actually in the shelf right now. In my opinion, they're on the shelf. Because Keith said that he's been prepared for a whole year. That it had nothing to do with no injuries. He's just been waiting on a date. So you've been waiting on a date for a year? Shawn Porter, at least we see him busy. He's doing a bunch of gigs. So he's still getting some money. He's doing the NBC on Thursdays. He get the Ring City. He does Fox. He's doing a lot of things. So he's working. You feel me? But he already did have a fight. Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman always had that rematch in their back pocket, and I think they could use that. I think they do need each other right now. Well, I think Keith needs probably Shawn more than Shawn needs Keith. I think so. I think even if they fight, I think it'll be one of the most interesting fight of the year without a non-title bout. That'll probably be the best non-title fight of the year. I think they'll do great numbers, whether it's free TV. If they put it on, I'm going to tell you like this. Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman pay-per-view, it'll do more. I think it'll do more than Davis and Rubio and Barrios. I think it'll do better than what the Charlo brothers did. I think it'll do better than who else? I think it'll do better than Carlos Arroyo's and Andy Ruiz. I think Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman pay-per-view and with a good co-main event, I think it'll do better numbers than a lot of people. And I'll bet on that. You know why? Because Keith never disappointed a network. He never disappointed the numbers. He never disappointed the network. So I'll bet on that. One time deserves WBC mandatory fight to gain his title. I mean, he's just been out, bro. He's been out. It's too inactive. We can't be in precision while other people been fighting. Raw Boxing TV in the building. Everybody subscribe to Raw Boxing TV. Dímelo, mi hermano. ¿Qué lo que? Aquí. COVID-19, no real money to be made in 2020. I know. But what about you staying busy? And maybe people on the gym and people that satisfy them. Maybe they good. Remember, Al Haymon is good that he also advises you how to make money outside of boxing. Look at Charles Hatley. Charles Hatley is good, man. Biting land like crazy. Charles Hatley is good. I don't see Charles Hatley coming back. We see Earl Spence buying farms. We see how the Charlos living. And that's when you got to give credit. You're going to hire an advisor and a manager, then Al Haymon is your guy. The more you're grown, the more you actually do care about these fighters. I'm talking about them as a person as well. We don't got to be in their pockets, but you look at your life and you look at the responsibility that you have and you look at what you got to do to sustain what you have or get more, take care of your family. You start respecting guys like Al Haymon more and more and more. So whatever he's doing and the way he's teaching them and advising these fighters, he's doing a hell of a job as a manager. And we got to give kudos to that. Because we can't contradict ourselves. Sometimes we're like, look at this fighter. This fighter don't have shit, That's effed up, man. And then when a fighter has everything, but look, he living in silk sheets. He ain't hungry no more, man. Because in the end of the day, most of the time, it don't matter what a fighter accomplished. It don't matter what. Al Haymon, the ghost of boxing. Al Haymon, the computer, bro. Nah. Al Haymon is real, bro. Al Haymon is real. What do you think about Jarrett Hurd? Is he done? His skills are not gonna get better, in my opinion. I think that I never was a fan of Jarrett Hurd, not even a bit. I never liked his style. I never thought too much of Jarrett Hurd, only that he's a warrior that stepped inside the ring. I think that Jarrett Hurd, he doesn't get. Yo, I'm sorry, but Jarrett Hurd don't got nothing for me, bro. Slow feet, gets hit with every damn punch. He sees it, he gets hit. I think what helps Jarrett Hurd is probably that he's a naturally big guy, rehydrates good, and he can sustain all them punches from a smaller person. That's all. But there's nothing. There is nothing. There is nothing I like about Jarrett Hurd, to be honest. Vice was good. I respect the dude. I respect Jarrett Hurd, but it's just nothing I could like. If somebody be like, "What does Jarrett Hurd do good?" I can't answer that for you. I can't see nothing I like about the guy. Nothing is like footwork, jab, defense. It's nothing. I'm sorry, but the only thing I can do respect the guy is that he steps inside the ring. He comes in weight, you know. But skill set is not elite at all. Not special, but he makes it entertaining. He makes fights entertaining. He fights, but boxers, I don't know, man. It's just one of those guys that I'm like, yo. I mean, he's blessed to be in the position that he's in. Put it that way. And when you're not real with yourself, when you're trying to be too loyal, man, when you're trying to be just too loyal to whoever you want your trainers to be, I think it's just like I don't know, man. I think this is what if I'm a fighter, I need the best, bro. I'm putting my life on the line, man. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not trying to have my best friend in my corner. I'm not trying to even have the best guy that he tells me what I want to hear. I need the best, bro. I need the best. I need to come out there as a winner. I need to come out there alive. I need to come out this ring proud, bro. I can't have my brother. I can't have my uncle. I can't have the guy that I had chemistry. I can't have my kindergarten teacher be my college teacher, professor. Like, this is the difference between, you know what I'm saying, when you come to the professional level, you got to be professional about yours too, bro. It's just like, my peoples, we cool, man. I was cool. I was raised with my friends, and we went from middle school to high school, and we cool, we chill in the block or whatever. But you can't take most of them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You can't take them everywhere. You evolve too. Now, if these, you see, I'm gonna give you an example. LeBron James, his people was around him, his friends, the people that he grew up with, you know what I'm saying? His people's in high school. See, the difference between, now, if you have people around you that grow with you, and you show LeBron James that I'm just not gonna be a friend, I'm just not gonna be this yes man around you. I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna do my due diligence, I'm gonna know everything in the book. I am gonna be an asset to you, but I am gonna grow with you. I'm going to grow. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to do my part and be the best I can be to grow your brand, to sustain your brand, to look out for you. That's the difference. And I don't think a lot of trainers do that. You know what I'm saying? There's good. See, I like, and yo, shout out to his fams. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Jarrett Hurd's dad. But let's say, you see, like, what's his name? Ryan Garcia, right? And his pops, Henry Garcia. Henry Garcia has taken his son to a level professional, but he said, you know what? Let's bring in Eddie Reynoso. Let's bring Eddie Reynoso, man. I could be in the corner, but I need my son to be in another level. See, that's humbleness. The same thing with Earl Spence' dad. And Earl Spence' dad don't get a lot of credit like other people. Earl Spence' dad don't get credit Earl Spence' dad don't get credit like a lot of people. Punch, I'll finish tomorrow, fam. Gotta hit the bed. God bless. All right, my brother, Raw Boxing. Everybody subscribe to Raw Boxing TV. What's good, my brother? Yup, that way then you guys, man, for real, man. Y'all guys with wrenches is whack. I gotta block my man. I'm taking everybody's wrench away, man. Y'all do y'all job. Y'all let anybody say shit, man. I'm taking all y'all wrenches away, man. Y'all don't do good, man. I'm taking all the wrenches away by tonight. Y'all doing the horrible job. All y'all motherfuckers got F. I know, man, but my peoples ain't doing their thing, man. Deleting these trolls, man. I'm gonna take these wrenches away, man. For that, forget the wrench. Forget having people with wrenches. What's good, Matt? My bad, was eating while listening. ¿Ya te estás comiendo? ¿Qué te estás comiendo? ¿Me ofreciste algo? But yeah, man, I think it's a good fight, man. I think that these guys actually should. It's good money. It's good money. I think you could do a pay-per-view fight. You could put somebody in the co-main event as well. Maybe probably Josecito Lopez in the main event versus somebody or whoever, you know. Asleep at the wheel. Yeah, man. Everybody's asleep at the wheel, son. Who else? So, we got Deontay Wilder going to be facing, of course, Tyson Fury. And I said the other day, like, I did a video and I'm like, you know what, man? People just not, look, we went a year and a half. A bunch of people went a year and a half talking about the drama, the allegations, all that stuff. Man, let's just talk about technique. But I say, what you talking about technique? What is the technique that you got to talk about? This is what I'm going to say about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder that probably people are not talking about. All right, there's two myths. I could have done this show. I could have talked about this tomorrow, but I'd rather talk about it like this. There's two myths in my opinion. The myth is that Deontay Wilder is not skilled. Another myth is that Tyson Fury got no power. I think those two myths are wrong. Now, let's forget your feelings. Let's forget about the feelings. Forget about the feelings, man. Forget about the feelings that you may have towards Deontay Wilder, or you know how you feel like he let you down, the way he went about it by his loss or whatever. Forget about what they're gonna be said. These guys gonna be talking shit to one another until the fight. And then you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen by the end of the fight? They're going to hug each other. And they're going to be like, oh, we're friends. And we're going this. And then we all going to look like fucking assholes, hating one another and stuff like that, while these guys love each other. Right? It's almost like hip-hop beefs. You know what I'm saying? You with Jay-Z, yeah, Nas ain't shit. Queens ain't shit. Nas, BK ain't shit. You with Nas, BK ain't shit. We with Nas, and then when they become friends, then we like, I mean, Nas is nice though. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna make you hate Deontay Wilder fan, Tyson Fury fan, but at the end of the fight, they're gonna hug each other. They're gonna hug each other like they did the last fight. They're gonna hug each other like they did the first fight. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Watch. He said, Wilder and Fury not hugging after, bro. How much you? All right. I won't bet on the fight, but let's bet on that, Scott. I don't bet on the fight, so let's bet on that. Let's bet $50. Let's bet on that. That after the fight, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is gonna hug each other. You wanna bet on that? $50. And we gotta hear recorded. All right. $50 that after the fight, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury hug each other. $50. 50 pesos. But this is what I'm going to say. The first fight, we understand he got outboxed. He got outboxed. But he didn't get beaten. He got outboxed, but he didn't get beaten. He didn't beat a dude up. That's the facts, right? This is why there was a rematch. Because you ain't beat. We want somebody to beat. See, when with Tyson Fury, that's why I wasn't mad about the draw. I was okay about the draw because you ain't beat the man to beat a man. You didn't beat him. You didn't beat him. After he knocked you down twice, you just didn't beat him. I was happy. I was okay with the draw. That's why there was a rematch. Now, if Deontay Wilder has no skill, like a lot of people out here likes to say, so how the fuck is he getting a trilogy with Tyson Fury? They got all the skills in the world as beyond the levels of levels. Beyond Deontay Wilder. How are we watching a trilogy? Huh? If he got no skills. You telling me that the dude that's beyond skillfully is having a trilogy with a guy that got no skills? Let me see. You gotta do your work. Let me see. Huh? Let's make sense out here, y'all. Let's make sense out here. For heavyweight Wilder, skill is below par. In what category? In what category we care what skill a heavyweight has when he's knocking everybody out he fights? Isn't that the most exciting skill, that the man can knock you out? Isn't that the most... come on, guys. Help me out here. Because in most instant, I don't care what's happening throughout the fight. Once the guy knocks you out, that's all I remember. You know what I'm saying? I know some people like to get a pass. I know a lot of people like to say, yo, but Kell Brook actually, he exposed Triple G. Yeah, he get knocked out like in the 5th round. Good. Nice. You know? Good when it lasted. Like, I don't care about that. Yo, Kell Brook. Yo, he did his thing versus Triple G. Yeah, Yeah. Talking about the sweet signs of boxing technique. Yeah, the sweet signs of boxing. You know that knocking out people is also a sweet signs? Do you know that's the sweet signs as well? So this is what I'm gonna say. Let's talk what really happened. Forget about how you feel. Forget about the people that turned you off for Deontay Wilder, if he did it. If you follow channels that turned you off about Deontay Wilder, because I understand that a lot of people just hate fans so much that you start hating the fighters. You see, I did not hate Reggie Miller. Well, I did not hate Michael Jordan. I hated his fans so much that made me not like Michael Jordan as a Knicks fan. You understand what I'm trying to say? Some people hate Deontay Wilder, not really Deontay Wilder, but they hate him because of its fans. Just like a lot of people hate Tyson Fury, maybe because of his fans, or any other fighter. I hate their fans. You hate Mayweather fans. You hate Manny Pacquiao fans, so you hate Manny Pacquiao. Or you hate Floyd Mayweather because you hate Floyd Mayweather fans. You understand what I'm trying to say? But let's go by how the second fight actually went. Tyson Fury was doing great with the feints, making Deontay Wilder reset and flinch at all calls, at all times. Let's not also forget, if we watch enough boxing, the first knockdown should have never been a knockdown. Let's just be real about it. This ain't about picking side or Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. The first knockdown was an illegal punch. It was. Now, the knockdown with a rib shot, Oh, Deontay Wilder opposing his will throughout the fight? He did. Demolishing Wilder? He did. But let's break it down how things is all set up at the same time. You get a shot like that, you may not recover from that shot. From that shot in the head, that's the type of shot that got Bachardo Colon eating from a tube. Let's be honest. Let's break things down. You know what I'm saying? A shot like that, so people could be like, but a shot like that, those are the type of shots that got Bachardo Colon eating from a tube. Now he's better. God bless. And he's starting to walk. Yo, shout out to Bachardo Colon. His mother doing a great job. His family doing a great job with him. And he's starting to walk. And that's great. I can't wait to see more progress of Bachardo Colon. But that's the type of fight. That's the type of shot that gets you. That's why it's an illegal shot. So when he got knocked down by that shot, I don't like any fighter who makes excuses. Yeah, we don't like any fighters that makes excuses. But then I would try to understand them as a human being. I try to understand them because I love boxing. I'd rather preserve the sport of boxing. I love fighters. So even I might not like how they go about their losses. I try to understand them as humans. You know what I'm saying? Just as humans, just like a person that lost somebody and they want to, and people use, they drink, they become alcoholics, they drug addicts, they become depressed and all that stuff. So if people outside of boxing and life itself has this thing and has this, you know, people care about this mental illness going around and care about how people may have in their head, then when it comes to boxing, why not care about the same? Is he human? I understand people don't like how you take his loss. I don't like it. I don't like what I hear. I don't like that because I'm saying, damn, how you going to go back to the drawing board and capitalize off your mistakes? So I don't like what I hear. I don't. But that doesn't mean I'm going to throw fighter away. This is pressures of all pressures. You're performing in front of everybody. You're performing in front of your kids, your family. Putting all the work. You mind fuck yourself that there is no man in this world that could beat me. No man in this world that could beat me. It is no way that Deontay Wilder knew or could have prepared for that type of approach by Tyson Fury because not even his own fans, not even the pugilists of the sport of boxing, not even the smartest, one of the smartest boxing heads in the world. You know, we got to keep it real. The only person that I know in this world, that I heard in this world say that Tyson Fury was going to knock out Deontay Wilder in the 7th round was Teofimo Lopez Sr. And that shit is recorded. That's the only person that said it just like that. He predicted the round, bro. He said Tyson Fury was going to knock out Deontay Wilder in the 7th round. That's the only guy. Nobody really in general could have predicted that Tyson Fury was going to come with that type of approach because that's not Tyson Fury's style. Because that's not Tyson Fury's style. So, how can Deontay Wilder and his team prepare for that? So now that Deontay Wilder sees Tyson Fury that he's capable of doing this. And let's not forget, I'm not giving Lord no leeway, but let's take everything into consideration. Let's take everything into consideration. Rather just listening to the shit talking and stuff like that, let's talk about the situation. Let's talk about the technical side of things. Let's talk about game planning. One thing I didn't like Deontay Wilder is coming 20 plus pounds bigger, carrying that type of weight that he's never carried in his career. Deontay Wilder never carried that type of weight. If Deontay Wilder, you are a freak of nature, it don't matter if you're 217 pounds, 233, 236 pounds. Your right hand is your right hand. That's your money maker. You've been knocking people out 30, 40, 50 pounds opponents that got you over 30, 40, 50 pounds. He was stiff, and the thing is, he didn't feel right, blah, blah. You can't feel good. Hello, Jump. What's good, my brother? Good looking out. I appreciate it. Hello. One time to come back. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Keith Thurman, one time coming back. Cambosos, all the belts. Ooh, you betting on Cambosos? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Good looking now. I appreciate it, my brother. All right, Jump. Okay. You gonna make a lot of people eat crow. You're gonna make the whole boxing world eat crow if Cambosos win. Good looking now. Appreciate you, my brother. Wilder was knocked down with an amateur the same way the Russian got underneath him and knocked him down. I'm going to say it like this. All the heavyweights got knocked down. All the heavyweights, Dillian White, Povetkin, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, all these guys get knocked down. But you know what I like about these guys also, that they get right back up. Deontay Wilder, he lost on his feet. Anthony Joshua lost on his feet. Tyson Fury, he gets right back up. Dímelo, self. Your sazón is Thurman fighting Ugas or Porter. If I had to bet money on who he's fighting next, I would say Ugas. I would say Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Go the WBA route. If you could get that type of title, and then maybe then everything will land right back to where I think PBC had in mind. Wilder needs room to work, needs space to launch. If press struggles, he needs the range. He doesn't have great inside game. I'm going to say this. Now, let's talk strategy now. Let's talk strategy also. So, again, now Deontay Wilder could actually now prepare for two styles. He could prepare for this man, Tyson Fury, to impose his weight on Deontay Wilder. He could also prepare for the guy that's gonna try to outbox him. I think now Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder could prepare better for Tyson Fury. See, when people say he can't fight off the back foot, well, he wasn't prepared to fight off the back foot versus a Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury that type of approach. That's not Tyson Fury. Now he will go into the gym and prepare to fight off the back foot. Another thing, again, I said what about Deontay Wilder? Don't try to gain weight. Don't try to gain an extra 25 plus pounds. Yo, if anybody here ever weight 20 pounds and you never walked in that weight, yo, you're not gonna be the same. Not in less than a year, and now you got 20 pounds. It don't matter if it's 25 pounds of muscle. You're not going to be the same. You're not going to run. You're not going to be as agile the same. You're not going to do it. You're not. You got to get used to that body. Maybe give it a year and a half, or 2 years in actually, working out with that type of body, moving with that type of body. Because another thing is that I said, Tyson Fury got better footwork in that ring, but Deontay Wilder is more athletic. So how can we use that athleticism in that square circle? Because Deontay Wilder, who was a collegian athlete, play football, play basketball, he got footwork. But does he got footwork in that square circle? We got to use that athleticism of Tyson Fury. A guy like Deontay Wilder, a guy like Tyson Fury should not be more athletic than you. Tyson Fury should not be more athletic than Deontay Wilder, knowing that this guy got a background in playing football and playing basketball. He is more athletic. He said, show more, can Wilder learn to fight backing up? I don't think that is about learning. I think that he should be prepared now fighting. Yo, when somebody's coming at you, right? Either you jab them, boom, right? You jab them to the solar plex. You jab them to the body. You could jab them from the body, boom, come right up top with the right. Jab them to the body when they're coming. How about the uppercut? When they're coming right in, uppercut. The uppercut don't have to be in the face. It could actually be in the solar plex. It could actually be in the ribs. You know what I'm saying? Shot selections with that type of uppercut. This is why I say that Deontay Wilder should work the body. Work the body, and then the hell will fall. That's what I'm saying. I think Deontay Wilder could prepare now. Could he shoot these uppercuts? I think so. Could he get lower? Make Tyson Fury reach. Get lower on him. Work the body. Clinch him. Let him clinch you. Just now then be prepared so when the referee breaks it up, boom, you dig to the body, dig to the body. Use that freakish right hand, not only to hit the straight right hand, but also use that right hand to dig to the body. Throw that straight to the body as well, not only to the head. So I think he can mix it up. I do think he can mix it up. Breland said the plan in the second fight was to go to the body. Didn't work out very well, did it? Well, again, maybe that could be the plan, Peter, but maybe he didn't know that was the approach. 30 years of muscle memory can be learned at an elite status in 6 months. Also, wait. Let's not forget also, Manny Pacquiao learned how to throw a jab at the age of 30. A consistent, good jab at the age of 30. All right? Manny Pacquiao had no jab. You could learn certain things. Now, would you execute it when it comes inside and when you fighting? There are certain things that I've seen from a fighter that they got better in. You know? And these are just a couple things. It's not like he's learning something or he probably never used it. A lot of things what Deontay Wilder is doing is that he stopped using certain things. And not that he don't have in the bag. He stopped using certain things. He stopped using his jab. You know what I'm saying? He just got too comfortable in setting the right hand. Pawning the jab instead of actually using the jab. Pawning the jab so he could strike with the right hand. Throw more punches. Be more agile. You know? Again, if Tyson Fury is levels above and beyond than Deontay Wilder, then why are we getting a trilogy? Have you asked yourself that question? If Deontay Wilder is all of this, why are they getting a trilogy? Why? Why do we have a rematch? If Tyson Fury is beyond measures, why we had a rematch? Why are we getting a trilogy for? And just don't say, oh, because it was a contractual. The performance in the first fight is why we're here today. Fury and look, I'm not taking nothing away from Fury, but what I'm saying is that a lot of people take a lot away from Deontay Wilder. Or y'all don't feel like he has nothing enough, but he's already in this position for a reason. It's not because he don't have no skills. I think that's a disservice. I think that's a disservice for people that know boxing to say that, in my opinion. It's a disservice for Teddy Atlas to say that Deontay Wilder can't fight. I think that's a disservice to the whole of boxing. Could Deontay Wilder knock out every heavyweight? Do you think he could do that? Would you bet against that? No. So he got the skills to do something. He got a sweet science, right? His sweet science is to knock people out. The sweetest science of them all that people are into is seeing knockouts. Let's be real. Because nobody, when it's Saturday night, nobody be like, hey guys, are you ready to see the boxing bout? It's going to be a great 12 rounds of great technical and I would love to see it. Oh, no. We'd be like, yo, we want to see a fight. This is why a Baranchik and Cepeda was fight of the year. Because nobody give a damn about no skills. Everybody sees Cepeda and Baranchik getting knocked down 9 times. And people said that was the fight of the year. No defense, no nothing. And people was like, yo, that was a great fight. We getting a trilogy because the heavyweight division is manic. Oh, that shit. Manic of Tanner for 20 years. And then we're discrediting them with the guys in the past. We can't be looking at sports like that. You know, what I say is that these heavyweights are bigger than what they were back then. You know, we love George Foreman, but even George Foreman ain't had skills like that. Even George Foreman said it himself. He said, I couldn't box. I still don't know how to box. He said that, right? When he retired, he said, I never learned how to box. George Foreman said that. But we still look at him as a legend. We still look at him as one of the best that ever done it. But George Foreman himself said, I really never learned how to box. George Foreman said that. Out his mouth. Go check out the George Foreman documentary. I don't look at the sport to just compare them to the end, to the past. Yo, oh, look at them. These guys could beat these guys. Like, I don't look at the sport like that, man. I enjoy the sport. I enjoy it. Just like I enjoy Mike Tyson when I was younger. Just like I enjoy the you know what I'm saying, the Bone Crusher Smith and Tucker. Yeah, they was agile. They threw the jab. They had great, you know what I'm saying, great footwork and things of that nature. They was lighter. Bigger but less skilled. Will Wilder have KO'd Ali? Wilder would KO every single boxer ever. He had the ability to have knocked out every boxer ever. When we talked about Wilder, if he can outbox somebody, we never talked about Wilder if he could not knock out somebody. He has the power to knock out any man. Deontay Wilder has the power to knock out any fucking man in this fucking world. Come on. That's not a factual statement? Do you think that Deontay Wilder could knock out every dude? Every fighter? He could. Could Deontay Wilder perform 15 rounds? That's something else. But the training is different. Who trained? You know what I'm saying? The training is different. You think Thurman needs a tune-up before the guys? Yeah, I do think he needs I do think he needs a tune-up. Prime for prime, he doesn't put a glove on Ali. I don't think so. I think I've seen Ali get hit with shots too. Ali got knocked down before. Ali got knocked down before the Sonny Liston fight. He will put gloves on anybody. Deontay Wilder will put gloves on anybody. Now, would they knock him out cold? Would they come back? Would they outbox him? That's a whole different stuff. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ali, even Muhammad Ali, man, one of the greatest, for a lot of people, the greatest of all time. All right, he lost too. He'll put gloves on them too. Wilder would lay a shot on Muhammad Ali. All he needs is one hit on Ali. Frazier broke his jaw. And that's why his bitch ass at the men's debate then, because he thought he was unbeatable. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Ali's with the best, but I mean, I'm not taking everything away. I'm not taking everything away. It's almost like Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua criticism gets is you know what I'm saying, not even fair as well. Anthony Joshua got I said Anthony Joshua got better punch selections. Anthony Joshua got better punch selections than Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua knows how to throw an uppercut. Anthony Joshua knows how to hit you, know how to jab you to the body, and come with the overright. Anthony Joshua footwork is actually underrated. Go look at the Povetkin fight. Anthony Joshua knows how to go to the body. Anthony Joshua knows how to counter. I think Anthony Joshua punch selections is better than Wilder and Tyson Fury. I'm not talking he got a better jab. I'm talking about his punch selections. I've seen Anthony Joshua have a variety of punch selections. And I don't think he got credit for that. I don't think he got credit for that. Could Wilder beat Holyfield, Bo, Tyson, Lewis, Holmes, Ali? I don't think Wilder actually beats Holmes. But I do think that Wilder could knock out all of them. I think he'll have trouble with Riddick Bowe. I think he'll have trouble with maybe Lewis, depending which Lewis shows up. Holmes, I think he knock out Foreman. I think Deontay Wilder could knock out Foreman. I think he could knock out Frazier. And Ali will be tough too. But I think he can knock out. I think he can knock out Holyfield. I think he can knock out Foreman. And I think he can knock out Frazier. Ali will be very, very tricky. I don't think he'll let him reset on that right hand. That Holmes, I think Holmes is really, really good. Got great reflexes. Had underrated defense as well. Good defense. Holmes. Lewis, depending what Lewis shows up. When Lewis is very, very Lewis a little bit slower. I think that will be a tricky matchup right there. I think it'll be a good fight. Wilder and Lewis. Even Lewis, yeah, he got the ability to outbox an Olympian and all that. Riddick Bowe. I want to see Riddick Bowe and Lewis, man. Tyson, he has the ability to put down Tyson down, but it'll be very tricky. I think Tyson will dig to the body, won't let him get no space. And I think Tyson's defense is way underrated than all of them. Brian Holyfield can outbox Wilder. I think they all could have the ability to outbox Wilder. But the question was, could he knock all these dudes out? Punch who he had. Ajabo Sanchez. I don't know. To be honest. I don't. Sanchez is good. Ajaba got a lot of work to do. I don't know really. Tua KO Wilder. I wanted to see Tua versus Mike Tyson. Who you think wins, Tua or Frazier? Hibachi would have walked Wilder down. Wilder has the ability to use the terms. Those guys will end Wilder in 5. I don't know. Haven't seen nobody end Wilder in 5. Who you think who wins? Wilder or who you think who wins? Deontay Wilder or Sonny Liston? That would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. Wilder versus Sonny Liston. Virgil versus Mean Machine. That's a good fight. That's a good fight for Virgil. That's a good fight for Mean Machine too. I think Virgil will beat him though. See, that's the thing about Wilder. I think he does Sonny Liston. Why? Break it down for me. What does Sonny Liston do that's going to upset Wilder? Punch pay. Devin Haney versus Loma. At this point, I got Loma. How many fights people seen Liston fight other than the Muhammad Ali one? Man, Wilder would knock out Sonny Liston too. Come on, man. Damn, people just hate Wilder like if he ain't shit. Come on, man. Exactly, Tycho TV. Tell them like, yo, y'all think these guys, yeah, like if he's some joke and stuff like that. Like, damn, I think people hate him too much. Yeah, guys, it's funny. But y'all already know, man. I like to keep it short on Wednesday because tomorrow we going all night, man, all night long. Like what's his name? Like what's his name? Like Lionel Richie. So, yo, tomorrow's Happy Hour Thursday. Y'all already know, man. We go all night. Open up the panels tomorrow, talking about boxing. Just wanted to keep it a little bit short today. So, yeah, tomorrow, y'all already know, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, probably not 9 p.m. Eastern time. Happy Hour Thursday. Y'all already know, man. Special guest tomorrow. Special guest tomorrow. So tune in. I'll put it in my community probably tonight or tomorrow morning, but special guest tomorrow. Clarissa Shields going to be fighting tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? MMA debut. ESPN Plus. It's unfortunate she got to go to the MMA so they get the respect and the purse that she deserves. But shout out to Clarissa Shields. Shout out to Amanda Serrano that's also going to be performing in MMA. So yeah, man, the queens of boxing. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. Hope everything everything go well, and she represents boxing. So yeah, everybody, man, peace out. God bless. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Happy Hour Thursday. Let's go. Special guest tomorrow. Let's go. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.